Would you look at that?
Indeed, today, something that we're gonna do, we're gonna try here a little beverage review. This is actually something that I was planning to do all along for this, and this isn't even something new for the channel. I was doing beverage reviews all the way back in the day, mostly of energy drinks.
Red Bull energy drink increases performance, especially during times of increased stress or strain, increases endurance, increases concentration and improves reaction speed, and stimulates the metabolism. I don't even understand half those words.
This, of course, is a alcoholic endeavor. I actually originally was going to have the first of these be a review of Rhinegeist Zango, but apparently it seems to be impossible to find at my local stores now, so I guess I'm just going to have to recolor the YouTube thumbnail that I've already had sitting on my hard drive. Thanks, Kroger. But yeah, so this is it here. This is what we're going with. This is a Rhinegeist Wowie.
You must recover all the energy immediately, Mega Man. We'll find Dr. Wowie.
Maybe it'll help us find the energy crystals. Cincinnati. Can has some surprisingly hard edges on it. Yeah, perhaps it's just the way that the design is printed onto it. I think it's actually like a label that gets wrapped around it. Yeah, it's more obvious towards the bottom of the can that this is a plastic label that's been wrapped around it rather than printed on. There's a thunderstorm going on. I don't know if that's audible. Ale with pineapple and passion fruit. I'm hoping that I'd enjoy this because I really like Zango. That was more of I believe a tangerine was the main flavor in that one. This one's a bit more tropical. That's exactly my jam most of the time. I love me a tropical drink. The Monster Mango Loco has practically replaced water in my diet at this point. Curious sort of what the level of carbonation feels like in the mouth, because I remember Zango had a very appropriate amount. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, make sure to comment, favorite, subscribe. It is definitely similar to Zango. It hits the mouth a bit like a soda. Yeah, that is excellent. Carbonation's real crisp. Something that I have an issue with IPAs is not that they're particularly strong in flavor. I don't mind strong flavor. Guinness Extra Stout is probably my favorite beer out of all of them. The main problem that I have with IPAs is the way that they use fruit flavors. Like, I don't mind, some people say, like, it tastes like you're drinking pine needles or something like that. And I don't mind that part of the flavor. What I mind is that a lot of them sort of have, in the mid-range, if they use any kind of... I must apologize. My sense of taste and my sense of hearing are quite intertwined, so I may describe the flavor profile of a beverage as if it were, for example, an audio mix. But there's something about sort of like the mid-range flavors in a lot of IPAs, especially if they're using any kind of citrus, where it's alarmingly pungent. It's sometimes sickly sweet. Voodoo Ranger's Imperial IPA in particular was a beer that I literally only bought because the ABV was high, and yeah, that's about all the positive qualities that I could describe for that particular beverage. I'm definitely getting the acidity from the pineapple. I don't know if the flavor is quite as bright as usual. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that thunder, but it's pretty wild out there right now. Hope I don't lose internet. I wonder if the pineapple flavor is muted because of the way that pineapple was incorporated, or if perhaps the more natural beer flavors are simply masking it. I'll be quite honest with you, I don't know what a hop is. I don't know what a yeast is. I just know that sometimes a beer tastes like bread. And what I like about these, most of the time with IPAs, I don't really get that flavor, and that's sort of what I usually gravitate towards beer for. With Zango and with this, I definitely get it. It definitely has to sit in your mouth for a little while before you get it, but that's what I like. I like that it sort of hits your mouth, gives you a nice, crisp feeling, a good fruit flavor, and then it mellows out into that more typical sort of beer flavor. Yeah, the mouthfeel is splendid, cleansing. There's not much going on the lower end of the flavor profile. It's not a particularly heavy beer. It's only 5% alcohol by volume. So, it hasn't got a very strong alcohol flavor for certain. Not much of a burn to it, aside from, again, the rather crisp carbonation. This is not a cheap beer. A 6-pack will probably run you $10 at minimum. I think I paid $11 for it this time. What does it say here? The Wild Child, tropical troublemaker, effervescent intentions. Ooh. Pineapple, apple, passion fruit. Make the getaway. Destination unknown. Set off into sparkling skies. The possibilities, the thrill, the adventure. Wowie. Sorry, Wowie.
Dr. Wowie's hand.
It is real good flavor. I will say, though, the color of the can, it's a bit boogery, The thing about it, I guess, now that I've read the back and I've sort of been drinking enough of this to get a real good sense of the flavor profile, this, and I think Zango as well, and for certain a lot of energy drinks and things, over-reliance on apple. I'm sure it's because apple juice is cheap compared to other juices, but if you check the ingredients list, obviously this doesn't have any detailed list or anything, but things like energy drinks do because of, differences in the way certain consumer products are regulated and such. There's just so much apple juice in a lot of drinks that go for a mixed fruit flavor, that the more interesting flavors that they're putting in there, I think that's what it is. I don't think that the pineapple is getting muted by the flavors from the fermentation process itself. I think it's because, if I had to guess, I don't know the formula, but if I had to guess, it's probably because most of the juice in here is just apple. That's one can gone. Let me get another. Packaging. I don't know. Is this environmentally friendly? Is this worse than cardboard? I don't know. It certainly doesn't feel premium in the way that a cardboard box with a nice printed image might. It really is a great flavor, though. Even if it is not quite as impressive as I think a pineapple passion fruit beer could be. I'm really not getting much of the passion fruit at all. I'm definitely getting the apple, and I'm definitely getting the acidity from the pineapple. But the more that I drink it, the more I try to look for that passion fruit flavor. It's not really coming up. I will say, now that I'm on my second can, this doesn't seem like the kind of beer that you're going to want to get drunk on. It doesn't even really seem like the kind of beer that you're going to want to sip all day either. This is definitely the kind of beer that you drink one of, or you share with some friends or something, It's a nice, interesting sort of novelty. It's not the kind of thing that I'd use to keep a buzz going, nor to try to get wasted. It's very much just an interesting beverage. It is tasty, though. I haven't really thought about how I'll do, whether I do ratings or things, but I guess I will. I suppose I'm going to more or less use the same rating system that I use for stuff on, Letterboxd and Backlogged and sites like that, which is basically a 4 4 stars means it's good. 4.5 or 5 stars is it's so good that it's a genuine sort of genius work of high art or something. 3.5 means it's good, but I have some issues with it. 2.5 means it's got some serious problems, but I'm sure that there's someone who will enjoy it. 1.5 means I think it's bad, but I don't regret the experience. And 0 or half star means that I do regret the experience. But I would say a 3.5 or a 4, In Fantano terms, I would say it's either a strong 7 or a light 8. It's a real nice beverage. It's just that, if you're looking for a beer to get drunk or even buzzed off of, it's not really for that, I don't think. It's just a nice, interesting beverage with a good flavor. I think that, the fruit flavor is not blowing me away. As I said before, I think that the apple, which is not advertised on the front of the can, merely on the back in the blurb, and who's going to read this whole paragraph, But I think that that apple flavor is not doing it quite as much of a service as it could be. It could be a much more impressive tropical fruit beer, but it's just a good one. Anyway, I think that is going to be it for this one. Make sure to comment, favorite, subscribe, like, or even dislike. I can't speak. I used to have this YouTube outro thing down like 8 years ago, and now I'm messing it up. I've been out of the game too long. But seriously, I'll see you whenever. So, fun fact. I gave you some behind the scenes at the end of the Fantano video, right? Where I said I was sitting down on the floor. You know what else about that video? I was wearing the flannel, obviously, because it's a Fantano thing. But I was also wearing these like short pajamas with like cats on them and stuff. I'm also wearing short shorts right now. Just denim ones, but because I turned the air conditioner off in order to reduce the noise while I'm recording. So I gotta keep cool somehow, You might say, just take off the jacket, dumbass. But I gotta look cool too. Gotta look cool. Gotta be cool. I'd like to get this video up as soon as possible. Ideally even tonight. The problem with that, of course, is, think about it. I'm gonna be editing the video under the influence. So who knows how this video is gonna turn out.